Hey guys, welcome back to Bohs Fan TV, and today we're doing another latest news video. We're going to be talking about all the latest news. Obviously, the fixtures came out about 40 minutes ago. We'll be talking about them. There's a couple of bits of transfer rumours as well, bits of news that we'll be talking about here. So we'll get straight into it. We'll talk about the fixtures first. And obviously, we knew on February 16th, the first game of the season will be against Shamrock Rovers at the Aviva, 2 o'clock kick-off, but the rest of the fixtures are out now. So we'll go through with them. So following that Rovers game, we have two away games against Derry and Cork on the 21st, 28th of February. Then after that, our first home game of the season in Daily Mount is against Drogheda on March 3rd. Then we have another two away games against Waterford and Pats. Then you've Galway. 28th of March, then going into April, you've got Sligo, and then the first game against Shales on the 11th of April out in Tolga, and then you've got the next derby then against Rovers on the 21st of April in Tala. So yeah, look, it's a tough enough start. Look, like we said last season, really, it's going to be another very unpredictable league. I think anyone can beat anyone on their day. It's going to be no different to last year. A lot of very good teams with good players. Anyone's going to beat anybody on their day. So it is a tough start. But look, like we said, we can't really complain too much. Look, it's like that for every team really. They're going to have hard games. It's interesting that we have two away games in a row after Rovers. Derry and Cork. Then again in March we've Waterford and Pats away back to back. So um, our first our first few we don't really play. We only play I think three. I think we only play four games at Daily Mount up until the 18th of April, which is odd, but that's the way the fixtures have gone. Then you go into the summer, then you look at the away games. I think that's something that we look at. Good weather, good away trip, hopefully, and then you see a good few there. Galway and Sligo in May, Cork and Waterford in June, Derry in July. Sligo again in August. So there's some good away games there in the summer. Hopefully we can get a good crowd down, good weather there for those games. Then you go into the latter stages of the season. You've got Shels at home was the last game on the 24th of October. The last home game, then the last game of the season is away to Drogheda on the 1st of November. So yeah, look, it's a tough start, but look, every team's gonna have a tough start because it's such a competitive league. Every team's can beat each other on their day. So yeah, that's the fixture list for 2025. Going into the transfer deals now, obviously a couple of bits have happened in the last sort of week or so. Not a whole amount, but a couple of interesting talking points. The first one obviously is a player departing the club, in Danny Grant. He has signed for Shamrock Rovers in the last week. Um, Obviously controversial, of course. People have different opinions on it. But look, I'm not too annoyed about it really. I know there's some people out there who will be. Um, but look, it's not like they pinched our best player here. It's not like the past few years where they signed Andrew or Lopez or Watts. It's not like it's not one of those really where we're really gonna miss that player. We let him go after a pretty underwhelming year and a half back with us. So I think I said at the time I thought it was a bold enough decision. But look, it's one of them really where you just look at that. You have to think of the player. He has to make a living for himself. Obviously, he probably got the best offer off Rovers. I'd imagine. I don't think he had many better offers. He might have had a couple abroad. He might have had a couple within the league. He was linked with Sheld, he was linked with Sligo and Drogheda, I think, as well. I thought it was Waterford, I think, were mentioned as well. So look, I thought it's one that I'm not going to get too wound up about. To be honest, I think, like I said, it's not like tore. It's not like he tore to shreds when he came back with us. He showed flashes, but not probably not enough to really say, oh well, he was brilliant and he's going to be a big loss. It's just a shame, really. I think with the history he has with us, bringing him in as a young lad from underage, in non-league, and then building him up through the under 19s, and then bringing him into the first team and doing so well the first time round, getting that move to England, then bringing him back when it didn't work out from there, and then obviously not really hitting the heights when he came back, and then to sign for our rivals. Now, some will say it's a bit of a kick in the teeth, but I'm not really too fussed, to be honest. If it was Casper or Dale Rooney or Tierney, I'm sure that a lot of people would be a lot more upset about it. But look, that's just the way it's gone. And look, he'll have to have his socks pulled up anyway on February 16th. The height that tattoo on his calf. No, that's just an interesting one. But look, we'll move on anyway. We'll talk about the rumor of an incoming. That is the striker France Perrault. That he's been linked with the club now for the last few days. I think it was first mentioned by John Fallon in the Examiner. And look, I'd be pretty happy with this sign. I think he's a good player, good striker, big, strong physical unit, can score goals, and he scored 12 goals last season in the league. Probably played a little bit better than two. Second half of the season when he brought in Douglas James Taylor on loan, when they started to play up front together, he started to score a lot more. Struggled the first half, but when he came in, he played a lot better. But look, it doesn't look like he's going to sign back with Drogheda. And look, if we were to get this over the line, I'd be pretty pleased with it. Look, we already have Colin Whelan, of course. We've Alex Grieve as well. But just given our lack of goals last season, I think it's important that we bring in as many options as we can in that area of the pitch. And I think we could do a lot worse than Perot. Let's be honest. If we want to look for someone within the league, I think last year he was probably one of the best strikers in the league. Um, and look, I think he probably did play a little bit better than two. That's an interesting one. If we do bring him in, what are we going to do about that? Are we going to maybe change formation? I know Reynolds did it a few times last year where we went with a back three in certain games. Maybe we could that could facilitate an extra striker up front alongside Whelan or Grave. Time will tell if that happens with this signing. And yeah, look, I think like I said, we could do a lot worse than Perot. I think it's important as well that we're bringing in players that have proven Premier Division, quality. You look at last year when we brought in, two strikers and Piszczek and Ryan Carr who had no experience in the Premier Division and didn't quite work out. I think it's important now that look at the signs that we made so far, Colin Whelan, Noel Moore, and John Mountain, three players with good Premier Division experience. And I think, if we wanted to bring Perot in, that'll continue there, obviously. Bringing in another player that we know can score goals in this league. So yeah, look, if France Perot does happen, I'll be very happy about it. Proven goal scorer in this league and someone who I think would add something. So yeah, that's all the news really. Nothing else, really going around. I've been a bit quiet on the transfer front, but look, hopefully that'll pick up now coming into the new year. And we can get a few more bodies in the door and start to build a strong team. So that's where I'll end it. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, comment down below what you think about the rumours, about the fixtures, and I'll see you in the next one.